Hello, my Bethlehem third graders. I'm Mr. O'Connell, the orchestra teacher at Bethlehem. So I teach at the elementary schools, and then I also teach at the high school one day a week. So I wanted to introduce to you some of the instruments that I teach for the fourth graders. I teach the fourth graders and the fifth graders. So basically, just to let you know what happens with fourth grade lessons is you can choose to play the violin. This is the violin. There's a viola here, a cello, and a bass. So you can play the violin, the viola, the cello, or the bass, and they're all instruments that are string instruments, but you play them with the bow. All right. So in fourth grade, what happens is we have small group lessons. I'm going to try to keep it under 5 kids per group, and you guys meet with me during the school day. But it's on a rotating schedule. So what happens is you don't miss every week. So maybe one week I'll see you at 9 o'clock in the morning. The next week when I see you, it'll be maybe 9:30. And then it switches each week, so you're not missing anything. You're not missing the same thing every week. And it seems to work out really well for kids. So I meet you guys in small group lessons once a week, and then I expect you guys just to put in a bit of practice every day. So the next thing I just want to do is just introduce each instrument. Take a listen, because I want to give you guys the choice of what instrument suits you the best. Which one you find the most interesting. So I'm going to play just a little bit for you in each one. Remember, you have 4 options: the violin, the viola, the cello, or the bass. Okay. And as I play each one, the instrument actually gets a little bit bigger and a little bit deeper with each instrument. So this is the smallest instrument. It's the violin, and it's also the highest instrument in the orchestra. So there's a lot of course, you hear a lot of fiddle players play the violin, right? Or great concert violinists also play the violin. So anyway, here's a little bit of a taste of the violin here. And then, so that's the violin there, and it's a great instrument. It plays a lot of the melodies in the orchestra. I love it. Next instrument I'm going to show you is called the viola. The viola, and it ends with an A in the end. And it's a little bit bigger, actually. You'll notice there's a little bit of a size difference. It's a little bit bigger, and it's a little bit lower than the violin. And actually, it's a funny thing, a lot of the great composers like Mozart and Beethoven and Brahms, they love the viola. They actually prefer the viola. But it's just a beautiful instrument. A lot of people love the violin because it has that high sound. But I'm just saying, the viola is really a wonderful instrument too. I always think it has this beautiful, dark, chocolatey sound. I love the viola. So here you get to So see how deep it can get there on the viola. So that's the viola there. Good. Our next instrument is the cello, and I'm going to grab it back here. The cello's again a little bit bigger, and the cool thing about the cello is you can sit down when you play. Actually, the violin and the viola you can stand or sit, but for the cello, you have to sit. You sit down when you're playing, and obviously you can see it's a little bit bigger than the violin and the viola. But let me see here. And you recognize this piece maybe? So that's the cello. We have a nice range. You can play pretty high notes and also nice and low notes. So that's the cello there. And last but not least, I want to show you the bass. The bass is one of my favorites too. The bass actually is a great instrument. It's very versatile as well. You can play jazz music. It's very prominent in jazz bands. It's also used in orchestras. So here you can hear that jazzy sound here. So you hear that sound there. But also you can use the bow. So here we go. So that's the bass. I hope that catches your interest. Now, I like to regarding getting an instrument, I always encourage parents to just contact a local vendor. There's a lot of local music stores in the Delmar area or around. Actually, in most of the rental companies will actually deliver the instrument to the school, so that you don't have to run around trying to get to them. And then also the great thing about doing that is that if there's not often, but occasionally an instrument breaks, maybe a bridge breaks off, or maybe a student drops a violin, and the rental companies will replace them free of charge. They'll just take the broken instrument and give you a new one. So that's really helpful. So anyway, I'm gonna attach a list of local vendors to the form for you guys to take a look at. So please let me know what instrument you want to play for next year, whether it's the violin, the viola, the cello, or the bass. And I really look forward to working with you guys next year. I tell you, it's a trip to work with all the students on making music and helping them to appreciate the orchestra even more. So please let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to meeting you in the fall. Take care. Bye now.